Have you ever asked, why does self-care always slip away after a week or two? Have you ever asked or pondered that? Well, we're going to talk about it. But first, welcome to the break room, a weekly gathering for Black women nurses who want to go from perpetual self sacrifice to prioritizing self care. And I am your host, Deetra Dennis, the self care coach for nurses. And this is a space for nurses who value, honor, and invest in the full circle well being of their most valuable patient, themselves. If that's you, welcome in. And if you're not a nurse or are not a Black woman, listen, you're still welcome here. And I appreciate you for coming. And you are invited to pause, reflect, and be nourished while you're here. So let's get back to the question. Why are we not able to be consistent? I'm glad you asked. So we're going to talk about it today. The blueprint for harmony, a better way to care for yourself. Listen, random acts of self-care, a walk here, a nap there, a drinking of water over here. Listen, that doesn't last. Without structure, you know what creeps back in? Burnout. And so structure, as defined by Collins Dictionary, is a manner of building, constructing, and organizing, or might I say it my way, it's a system. And this may sound boring, but listen to this. The Institute of Health Improvement, IHI, their quadruple aim shows that structured approaches improve both nurse well-being and patient outcomes. Are you familiar with IHI? Well, let me just share a little bit with you. So, in 2007, IHI created the Triple Aim framework to serve as the foundation for optimizing health for individuals and populations. And then in 2014, the Triple Aim evolved to the Quadruple Aim to address clinician burnout. And so, with that being said, harmony is possible when you follow a blueprint, a step-by-step plan that makes self-care sustainable and not just random. Do you agree with me on that? And it's time for it, right? So allow me to explain a little bit what I mean by harmony. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of work-life balance. Listen, I'm sure you've heard of it. And many times in our organizations where we work, or you just hear it a lot about work-life balance. Well, to me, when you think of balance, it's about giving equal time and energy to work and your personal life, or that you have to choose between one or the other, work versus everything else in your life. But what I realized, one through coaching and just observing, is that I had to take back the power and responsibility to create my own balance, which required me to reframe it to work-life harmony. This is where you can direct your focus and presence where it's needed most. Yes, and at the moment that it's needed. So that is harmony to me. Being able to be fully present in where I am. And so 3 ways that harmony can become possible. Number 1, and I know each week I give you 3 topics or strategies because there are many more, but I like to keep our time together short, sweet, and powerful, things that you can walk away with and implement when we're not together. So that's why I always have 3 points. If you ever thought about that or asked, why she only give 3? That's why. Because there are many other strategies, but I like, again, to keep it short and sweet and easy for you to implement. So back to what I was saying. That was a little commercial, I guess. 3 ways that harmony can become possible. Number 1, follow a framework instead of random acts of self-care. And a framework that is familiar to you, familiar to me, familiar to all of us is the nursing process, right? It's a comprehensive process. And you know the acronym ADPI. And say it with me: assessment, diagnosis, planning, implementation or intervention, and evaluation. And that is something that I included in the masterclass from Superwoman to Self-Care. And I know you've heard me talk about it over the past few weeks. And I really invite you to enroll in that. It's free. It's free, and you get one continuing education hour. What's better than that? It's free, and it's helping to transform your life again from being perpetually self-sacrificing to prioritizing self-care. So anyway, back on track. Just wanted to share that with you. So number one, follow a framework instead of random acts of self-care. Number two, build consistency through small, repeatable steps. We talked about that last week, about doing something, a small thing. Do that. It makes it, I was going to say digestible, but makes it, very, for lack of a better word, easy to implement because it's something small. It doesn't feel overwhelming, right? So consistency, when I think of consistency, it is crucial for success because it transforms effort into significant, lasting results by building momentum and discipline over time. Remember, over here, we don't do quick fixes. We're talking about a lifestyle and a lifetime and longevity. That's what we do over here. So that's where the consistency comes in, transitioning from effort to significant, lasting results. Okay. And then 3, align your self-care with your values so it feels natural. Don't copy what someone else is doing. And it's great to look to others for inspiration or motivation, but still make it your own. Don't do what they do because it works for them. It may not work for you. It may not align with your values. So again, do what feels right and what is a right fit for you. So I invite you as well to share this with others. Did you like the video? Did you subscribe? Have you been commenting? I love to hear from you. I want to hear your thoughts about the conversations that we're having here in the break room. And in the break room, it's not just one person sitting in there talking to themselves. It may be one or two, or maybe quite a few of you that are in there having conversations. I know when I worked at a major insurance company, and we were in the office, and we had what we call our veranda time, like sitting on the front porch, drinking the iced tea. If you live in the South, you know what I mean about the iced tea, because that's the house wine of the South. But we had that time where we talked together. So it wasn't one person talking to themselves. So I've said all of that to say, I want to see the comments. Talk to me in the comments. I will talk back. All right. So let's do that. So I would love, how we end with a good quote over here. So this one says, harmony is not something you find, it's something you create. So get to creating out there. So until we gather again in the break room, I want you to have a wonderful week.